So now I think we can move on to the next part, which is our least favorite characters.
Oh, brother. Let me just
Who
get
wants
mine
to
out
go
of the way.
first?
I'm gonna get mine out of the way.
Okay, go ahead.
I despise Akito, but mostly I
Mhm.
despise Ren Soma after what I learned from the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Like toxic parenting at its finest. That's why I don't care for either of the two. Also, I fucking hate the Prince Yuki fan club. I fucking hate them. They need to burn in hell for all eternity.
Love, we love Yuki, Yuki, Yuki. La 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 la.
Am I dead yet?
Like all of the Prince Yuki fan club.
Yes, they all need to burn in hell for eternity.
No, we didn't bother explaining the Prince Yuki fan club because literally that would just take too much time and energy for us.
They
Not to
only
mention
appeared
it'll
in
take
like
my
2
sanity.
episodes.
It'll take what's left of my sanity. Fuck that.
Love, we love you.
Why?
Ugh. Yeah,
Well,
I fucking hate them. Plain and simple.
all right. I'll say this: I don't hate Akito as much as everyone else. And just hear me out. Why? I can relate on Akito on somewhat of a level with asshole parents, and you guys know how the three of you know how my dad was to me.
So, good night.
So you can understand why I can relate to Akito a bit. I know that
Mhm.
may sound weird and stuff, but given with the whole family stuff and things like that, I'm just like, when I can relate to someone who has bad family lives and stuff, I can like see it as a personal level. You know what I mean? Like I don't forgive most of Akito's actions, but I won't 100% hate her like as most people do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I can understand.
Like, because like you legit said, if Ren raised her more properly and everything, then she wouldn't be this bad, which
Mm-hmm.
you pointed out. If anything, I'm more up. The character I hate more is basically Akito's mom. That's about it. He kind of goes on the hate list, but he's more of an annoyance than a full blown hate. It's kind of hero.
Yeah, like I said, I just don't care for Akito. Like I said, as for Akito's mother, burn in hell, bitch. Same goes for the Prince Yuki fan club.
Hate them,
Burn in
and
hell.
I hate the sheep kind of.
You hate Hero?
I understand his reasonings and all, but I fucking hate the snobby attitude and just he's just a pain in the ass. Like he's like either a hate or a small annoyance that will make you twitch a bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Crossy.
Akito.
Any specific reason why?
Because
Oh,
he's so mean.
one more character I despise.
Oh, okay.
Hero. Fuck him.
I thought
Thank
he
you.
was more of an annoying.
He's annoying, yes, but fuck him.
All right. Well, I have some characters that I hate that are not part of the anime, or well, the OG, and that would be like oh god, I was gonna call you Hattori.
Hmm.
I was gonna call you Hattori Hazard.
God damn it.
And like Hazard said, I absolutely despise Ren because of how she raised Akito to be. If it weren't for her actions and her neglect of the child and actually, raising her to be a good, person, none of this would have happened. I'm pretty
Agreed.
sure that the banquet would be eternal if she was brought to be a good person. But no, instead we got this. So big fuck you to Ren. Akito, I don't hate, but I mean, she does end up she does end up being forgiven later, and she apologizes for what she did, and she just grows up to be a normal person after that. Like she even like what can I say? She tries to disassociate herself from what she did because of what she did to the family later on. She backs away from the Soma family because of that, because she's just she just hates what she did.
Yeah.
So I don't hate Akito. I'm more of a like. That's more of a
Dislike?
love-hate thing. Yeah, just the dislike.
It's kind of like a love-hate type of thing. Like you love you can you love it's not like you fully love, but you can understand where they're coming from, but you just kind of hate what they did.
But again, she does later apologize, and everybody,
Hmm. Though the stuff she did in the remake is just ooey.
Oh yeah, the remake goes more towards manga.
I won't say what happens in the remake, especially in front of these two, because they're better off seeing it for themselves. That's all I gotta say.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So Ren can burn in hell. Akito's fine. I also hate the Prince Yuki fan club. although
No,
it,
fuck them. Fuck them.
although I forgot the whatever her name is, Motoko, she actually later just strays away from all of that stuff. She actually stops obsessing over Yuki after she
Mhm.
graduates. And she
Thank God.
actually talks to him after, all of the shit.
Well, at least there's that.
So, I mean, the rest of them can go die. But Motoko is fine. Hito, little dipshit annoying. And I believe that is it. If I am not, oh yeah, Kyo's father. Fuck you. And that's it.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
That's it for me.
Yeah,
Alright.
Chaos Fire can burn in hell. Crossy, you said who you hated, right?
Akito.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, as long as you guys understand my perspective, why I can't fully hate or don't hate Akito, then good. Because I know there's a
It's
lot of people who.
understandable.
Yeah, because like I said, given for me, since you three and my close friends know how I was with certain family members and all, and given what Akito's been through, I can respect her.
All right,
Uh,
so
We've
that's
now that
discussed
the end of mine.
we've
so
discussed all of
yes,
our favorite characters and least favorites. Any
so all
particular?
we,
Hmm?
well, so now all we need to do is talk about our favorite episodes and all that.
Hmm.
So who wants to go first on this one?
I might as well. I'm gonna be honest. Among my favorite episodes, I don't remember which one specifically, but basically the first episode where Ayame first appeared, because again, hilarious bastard,
Yes.
and
Yeesh.
also the episode where Hatsuharu first appears because he immediately picks a fight with Kyo. Those have to be
Make
two of
it
my
clear
favorite.
if it's black or white.
The Black Haru when they first fought during the marathon. So there's
Mhm.
that.
So, you're referring to episode 10, which make
Hmm.
it clear it's black and white. And let's see if we're talking about
Ayame.
Ayame, that would have to be episode 14, the
Yeah,
adults episode.
yeah, those are my favorites thus far. Like I would have to probably go back later to mark up any extra ones, but those are my current favorites that I can keep firmly in mind because they were just hilarious to me in their own right. I've already said why I like Hatsuharu and Ayame as characters. And
Mhm.
while Hattori
I
is
ca-
easily my favorite above those two, it's Hattori's Hattori's overall characters what won me over in that department, but I digress from there. Anyone else got their favorite episodes?
I like the episodes where Momiji explains his backstory with his mom, Ritsu being introduced, and Kisa being introduced.
It's understandable.
Alright.
What about you, sweetheart?
Oh, I was gonna go last.
I actually need to think real quick, so go ahead for me real quick.
I actually have plenty, but if I were to pick two that'll take the cake, first one will be Let's Go Home, which is the 26th and last episode because we get to see Kyo actually get accepted for who he is by Toru. And it's just like
Hmm.
a great happy ending. My second most favorite would have to be I'm sorry.
You're good.
But this is like deja vu, but I also like the 10th episode of It's Make It Clear if it's black or white because Hatsuharu is introduced. And I love the
Okay.
man.
Alright, I thought about it. So, these are very serious kind of episodes. One of them is, I honestly, when you said let's go home and everything,
Mhm.
I honestly thought it was the one where Toru went back into her grandpa's house and stuff and everything.
Mm-mm.
I enjoyed that one.
Let's see. Jesse, you said those are your favorite episodes or least favorite?
My favorites. I was getting to the list, but yeah, I like that episode, especially when Kyo and Yuki came in willing to take her home and everything. The New Year's episode where they went back for her and everything.
Mhm.
I can name. I think we got through our favorite episodes.
Hang on, I'm not done. Don't rush
I
me.
figured.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
said think.
I do like the Let's Go Home one, the last episode and everything where Kyo got accepted. That was very
Okay,
nice.
so the 26th episode and the 9th is your favorite.
Yes.
All right.
But yeah. Anyway, I think now that we got out of the way, let's go through our least favorite episodes.
I'm
Did
just
Hazard name his?
not yet.
Oh yeah.
I haven't needed
We're
my
just
least
about to
favorite
start
yet.
'em.
I fucking hate the Prince Yuki fan club episode, which was
I
episode
knew it.
24, I think. I hate them. Like the whole episode is nothing about them and their bullshit. No thanks. Get the fuck out of my face. That episode was torture for me.
Actually, it's the 22nd episode.
22nd. Okay, 22nd episode. That was still torture. That was still god awful torture.
Okay, so the 18th episode and the 22nd episode are the ones where the Prince Yuki fan club take over.
That and when the hero was introduced. Fuck the little bastard.
Oh my god.
I wanted to throw him
I'm a
over a
cheap for
wall.
Hiro.
The sophistic boy that has captured the prince, which is the 21st episode.
And the last one, and this is specifically because of one specific scene, when Toru went to live with her grandfather and her relatives, but her relatives were treating her like utter trash.
Mm-hmm.
Making all kinds of assumptions, like how they were pretty much implying that she was basically being a whore.
Number 5, rice ball in a fruits basket.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
basically assumed that she was a whore for living with two guys. Like, wow.
Yeah. I only liked that episode near when Yuki and Kyo came in to take her home.
That was the only good shit about that.
I wanted to yeet her relatives into a furnace.
Minus the grandpa. The grandpa's good.
No.
Yeah, the
I said her
grandpa.
relatives, not her grandfather. Like her grandfather is okay. The other three can go fly into a furnace.
Let's see. Crossy.
The episode that has said.
The what?
The same
The
episode
episode that has.
have.
Yeah, the
hasn't
same
said.
episode has said.
Okay, so you hate the Prince Yuki fan club and the okay.
Yes.
All right, so when it comes to my least favorite episodes, it would have to be number 5, which is Rice Ball and Fruits Basket, because we get to see Toru's actual relatives, and they think she's a hoe for shacking up with, quote unquote shacking up with these with these guys, and they're like, oh my god, you're shacking up with these dudes, oh my god, it's so real, like I guess the apple doesn't fall like too far from the tree and all that stuff, and I hate that shit.
That's why I don't care for her relatives at all.
The Prince Yuki fan club episodes were, I mean, if anything, the more tolerable one will have to be the one where we centered on Motoko more than Actually, sorry, I got them reversed. The one where we learn about sorry.
Please cut this out.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, here's the deal. First, we set it off with He-Man at 5, then catch a world premiere episode of DBZ at 5:30. All new Yu Yu Hakusho at 6, and we wrap it all up with Rurouni Kenshin at 6:30. Toonami, weekdays 5 to 7. Check it out.
I got them reversed. I hate the one where we talk about Motoko, mostly about all of that stuff. The one that I find more tolerable was the one where we get to meet Wave Girl's
Brother.
brother. That one's more tolerable because we actually get to see how she lives, how it is, and we got to meet some of the fam. So that one's more tolerable. But the other one can die.
I think the only episode I didn't like much was the fangirl episodes, and uh, um, I'm not sure if there's much other episodes I hate. Like, to be honest, there was a lot of good episodes, but there were just certain parts I didn't like. Probably for example, probably the episode part where they showed a bit of Kyo being an abusive father and shit like that. Or
Mm-hmm.
Kyo's father was being abusive and all and things like that. That wasn't shit and all that. But yeah, I think it's just mostly the fangirls episodes and possibly the hero one.
Oh boy, another hero one. Selfish boy has captured the prince, which is the 21st.
It's hard not to dislike it because he just got on my nerves real quick, to be honest.
I mean, he was monologuing the entirety of it, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, I think that's about it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the final statements of it. So, given how I can say this, because literally there is a remake, I think we should include this one fun fact. How come this show did get a remake? Basically, it's because I believe from what Hazard found. Hazard, you remember the information you told us about this, right?
Yeah, about how with the remake. Yeah, because as we stated earlier in this video,
Mhm.
the issue was that initially the series with its 26 episodes only includes literally the first 3 volumes of the entire series. And
Mhm.
then later down the line was when everything else was being produced. So the anime was keeping up just barely with the manga. But the anime was so highly well received. Funimation, who dubbed it, was begging the studio to make more of the anime and manga to, like, at the very least, animate more episodes, make a season 2 happen. And they even went as far as holding a contest and several petitions for this.
Wow.
Basically, here's what some of the information I dug up here. In 2005, Funimation actually started a project for a convention attendees to help fold 1,000 paper cranes. This is because in Japanese folklore, folding 1,000 cranes means you would get a wish. Once the goal was met, Funimation sent the cranes and picture to Studio Dean and Hakusensha to try convincing them to produce a second season of Fruits Basket. Instead, this results in the remake of the anime roughly 13 years later.
Yep. But yeah.
Also, a little fun fact. As of now, Fruits Basket is considered one of the top manga series in both Japan and the US, with more than 18 million copies that have been sold.
Yeah.
And it's currently their best selling manga series from Tokyo Pop, with more than 2 million copies sold as of 2006.
And from what you told us, you and Timmy own those manga.
Anyway, so Krause,
Hmm?
you said this anime won best anime of the year, and what year
Yep.
did it win?
20. I think this year because of the final.
Because of remake?
Yeah, because of the remake. The remake won for the anime of the year.
Yeah,
This year?
winner, Anime Award, Best Drama.
Yep.
Nice.
That makes a lot of sense. But yeah. So yeah, if that is a show for you guys to watch it, go ahead. I don't know what will. But I think it's time for a few things. First of all, it's time for everyone's overall ratings. I think Zami should go last on this one because since she's the normal expert on this one, unless you want to go first, son, since you're the MVP, then you hear ours.
Actually, let me hear y'all's first.
All right, so Crossy or Hazard, who wants to go first on giving the overall rating?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
All right. Any particular reason?
Reason why I give it a 9 out of 10? Because of Akito. That's my one reason.
So in other words, minus 1 point for Akito. Ouch.
Yeah, minus 1 point for Akito.
Okay. Hazard.
I'm gonna be like I have to. I just weighed everything that we discussed at this point mentally. I give the series a 9 to 9.5 out of 10 because
Mhm.
it had extremely good writing, storytelling, characterization. Like, there's very few things I honestly find wrong with this series, despite the fact that it's technically unfinished. The only reason I'm not giving it a full score is like a full 10. Two reasons. One,
Mhm.
technically the series was not finished. I have to put so it's technically incomplete work.
Mhm.
I have to be fair here. But the other reason, Prince Yuki's fan club can go to hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course.
But mainly the fact that it was technically an unfinished series.
Alright. I'm willing to give it a 9.5 or close to being a 10 out of 10 because I enjoyed the characters for all their faults and everything. Because even though there were some that annoyed me and there's some that were questionable, they were still very well written. I'll give them that
Mm-hmm.
for what it was and animated. It was animated very well,
Yep.
and if anything, the story was great, the music was great, and enjoyable all the same. But like you pointed out, since it wasn't fairly fully finished, I feel like it just proved the point that I wanted to see more of it.
And another reason
Afterward.
why I gave it the like I said, I gave it the mark it did because it was unfinished, but also the fact that even though it was unfinished, it got such a high score because it
Mhm.
keeps you pulled in. You don't
And
get bored
the
with it
and
easily.
considering
The fan base and how much they've shown their love for this series and how much of a following it has to this day, even before the remake came out, it speaks volumes of just how well this series has been handled.
Uh, so, Zami, since you are technically the Fruits Basket's veteran here, I think it's nice. It would be nice to know your overall score rating for the show. See if it's the same as ours or if it's completely different. I'm just curious.
It's actually quite the same. Mine would be a 9.5 out of 10. Really close to a 10. The only reason I gave it a 9.5 was because, as Hazard stated, the story was unfinished. And when I was a kid, I always wondered because they left on that one cliffhanger. Like, everybody was so happy and all that stuff, but I somehow knew that the story was unfinished and I always craved more and
Hmm.
more, and I never seemed to get it. I never seemed to have gotten it. And it wasn't until 2019 that we got the remake. And
Yeah.
I'm satisfied now. But when I was a kid, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, no, there has to be more. It can't just be that. And lo and
Because
behold,
you
my
get that sense of it being like there's clearly more to tell. But from what
mhm.
the studio said when I looked up why they ended it the way they did initially, they said it felt like the right place to put a stopping point on it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for its time, it's understandable, but at the same time, you still wanted to see what else was up ahead.
Mhm. And lo and behold, what I thought was like a cliffhanger came into actual fruition because my friend let me borrow the manga for it. And I'm like, oh my God, there's more zodiac animals. There's two of them that we never even talked about. Akito has the mother. We have all of these other characters that are part of the Soma family that were never, ever introduced in the OG. And
Mm-hmm.
I just got so upset that we never got more. So that's main reason why I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The rest, it got that score because it stayed with me for over 15 years. To this day, I'm one of the people that was a fan of the OG and would not stop, not shut up about it. Like, I told this to my friends. I literally told everyone, like, my aunt introduced me to this because we were watching like some random animation channel and they put up Fruits Basket and she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the entire anime. And then we watched it and then I told my friends about it and I wouldn't shut up. And 15 years later, I'm still hooked on it, baby.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Nice.
So this will
It's
bring us to the
yeah, this
next one question.
Zammy, I can kind of relate to that a bit because it makes me happy as well to see that you've had your loyalty to the series. It's kind of for sort of a similar reason why I'm still to this day hooked on shows like Outlaw Star and such, which I showed you guys a long while back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Anyway,
hmm?
I just want to move on real quick because I'm getting close to passing out.
Fair enough.
All right. So the final question, we always ask this, but it should be an obvious answer. After we review the show and rate it and things like that, we ask ourselves amongst the group, does it still hold up today, or, well, technically already did, if it made a comeback into this current year, will it hold up and everything? And given how there's the remake is already out and finished for it, the answer is yes all around for all of us, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
If nothing else, the remake proved by itself that it still holds up extremely well to this day. That's why I gave it the score I gave it.
Yeah.
You guys know for a fact I'm very, very strict with the scoring
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. So
Mhm.
to point out that Fruits Basket actually deserved, like, got the rating of a 9 to 9.5 for me, speaks volumes of just how much they've had to offer when it comes to the series.
Okay. Yeah, but with that, I think we could come to a close on this book of the anime. This been a wild ride and stuff, but like we said, and we're willing to do this as a different video, not as a kind of review thing, but as its own type of thing. We can make like some kind of discussion video of like differences and similarities between the remake and the original OG, if you will.
Mhm.
Just to see if you guys are interested. But comment down if you guys want to see that type of thing. But I think with all that, I'm going to go ahead and let my cohorts do their outros and everything and say their final words and everything.
Well, if you guys enjoyed this little episode, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to share this episode around with your friends. I am your favorite livable half demon shaman queen, Karasi here. Signing out. Bye bye.
Well, all I have to say is if y'all enjoyed this content, you enjoyed the effort we put into, bringing this review to you guys out there. If you watch this or not, don't be afraid to tell your friends, your fam, your loved ones. Like, basically spread the word around. And if, by all means, like I've always said in past reviews, don't just take our word for it. Watch for yourselves and see what you think. If you just watch the remake or just watch the 2001 version, don't be afraid to at least check out a few episodes of each and see what your thoughts on it are.
Mhm.
In any case, this is the sarcastic researcher, Has of Chaos. Links will be in the descriptions for our channels and any other social medias if we feel like putting them down. And yeah, take care.
Yeah, Zay.
All right. Well, this is the quote-unquote goddess of the Ritual Warriors, and I think it is time for me to retire as your co-researcher now.
For this
For
episode,
the
at
time
least.
being.
I will be back. I will be back somehow. Just you watch. I'm gonna get these guys addicted to another anime that I like. And I will come back. I'm very much a sure.
Okay, anyway. Goodbye.
This is the leader of the Retro Warrior team. I hope you guys enjoy this thing. And remember, if you guys have anything you want us to watch or suggest, be sure to leave a comment down below and like, comment, subscribe to this. And we will probably see you all next time on a wonderful review video of the Retro Warriors. Take care, everyone.
Later,
Bye-bye.
peeps.
Bye.
Later.
Faced with the ultimate dilemma, Manny must decide. Use his superpowers for good?
You're doing the right thing, my son.
Or use them for bad?
Face the power of the Riveras! And this little girl.
El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera, a new Nick show that's totally loco.
Put the kids to bed and get ready to get down.
Keep those eyes open.
Adult Swim. Next. Right on.
For the next time on Retro Warriors.
Just who the hell are you? Are you sure you really want to know? If I told you, I'd have to kill you.